Hello, my single solitary viewer, Fluesmaker here, and I'm on VintageCraft, the VintageBeef Patreon SMP server, with the custom Terran generation and all that kind of stuff. And this is going to be a quick little episode, just to show you the progress that you may have missed in various streams or over the weeks, and just, you know, an update episode, so you, if you will. I think I'm going to put that, no, not there, not there. Anywhere but there. But I'm just, there you go. See, now people can know. It's the Pirate Cove. The Pirates Cove. And that's what we're gonna visit today. My progress on the Pirates Cove. Obviously, we've got the portals leading to the Pirates Cove, and a lot of things have been done. Partially, some have been streamed, others not necessarily. But we arrive at the cove, inside this cave, where of course the pirates will hide the booty, and the booty is the nether portal. Into the harbor of the old fort. The old fort. So initially the old fort was just pure cobble, and now it's all of this. And I noticed something. I'm using a texture pack. I should not be using a texture pack. Okay, now we have the vanilla textures, which are going to give you a much better idea of what it looks like. We've got a nice little mix to have a good, nice little texture variety on the fort wall. Otherwise, it'd be like way too plain for the eyes, or even horrid to the eyes if it was all cobble. But we got a nice mix of various stones, and I've got some mossy cobble. The mossy cobble is only on the northern side of the fort. If you go in nature and so on, you'll never see any moss on the south side. The moth is always on the north side. At least in the northern hemisphere. I suppose maybe that might be reversed in the southern hemisphere. I just realized maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the case. But let's make a quick visit of the fort. These parts actually are not fully planned out. I'm mostly focused on planning the area as a whole, so little places like this are not fully developed, and they're not fully decorated either. But we got a rampart here, or rather a balcony, and the big table where the big bosses take all the military decisions. Of course, this place would have been taken over by the pirates, so it's where you know, Blackbeard and company, the pirate leaders, would be making all their big decisions. While I'm down here, I wanted to show you the most spectacular part of this area. Don't mind this is going away. This is like my how I chose the color palette and the blocks palette of what I'd be building with. But look at this. Look at the genius of this. Now this little skull bay, or cave, the skull cave, is Cazz's, and of course she is a genius, as we all know. So in here she's got much better decoration than I have. Now this is how you make a cave cozy. When you're talking about a skull cave, you're thinking, oh, this is going to be for cutthroats and so on. But no, like this is the coziest little little bedroom that you could imagine. Maybe it's a tad humid, but that's it. There's still, you know, cats and everything. So the pirates may not be as terrifying as you might think. And of course down here is all the inventory of someone who expects to have so much more inventory stuff than I will ever have. I would never be able to fill all these chests. I would never be able to do such things. I am definitely, I don't have that time to grind that much, sadly. And, you know, it's not necessarily sad because, you know, I get to do videos on a variety of games, and that's why I don't have the time to grind, like, fully grind on a single one. But that allows me to show you more worlds, including VintageCraft. Up here, you noticed there was this pathway up. I haven't finished this pathway up, but I've planned where it goes, but it's not quite finished. And neither is this pond. This pond is not quite finished. If we come over here, I plan on having a tavern over here for the pirates. It's not finished at all. It's only in the planning stages. Still in the planning stages also. Did I just leap? And I just fell. That's, you know, when you... I don't want to brag about how competent I am at block game, but that's about how competent I am at block game. There you go, look at this. This is like an outer rim of another fort to accompany the sister fort, if you will, of the other one, but it's going to be much smaller. This is mainly a palisade, if you will. Just a position where a few cannons can be put there to... survey the bay, but it's not the main point. It's not the main point of defense, so it doesn't need to be as big. But where we're going is where I've been building the houses so far. The main house. Now you can see it. It's over here. I restarted this 4 times until I got something that worked. So I had to, you know, go back to I guess a trusted method of roof building, but to have that piratey flavor and so on, I need that. I wanted a large house for myself, but also this kind of have a bit of a feeling, a house that has a little bit of a feeling that this build is not exactly planned, you know, or not well planned, or not well thought through. And so it keeps growing upon itself. And that's why there's so many roofs jutting out from each place. Just because it just grew over time with little thought or long-term planning. And that way you can get this scatterbrain idea of, you know, these pirates who come back from one trip and they can build a little house. And then they come back from the second raid and now they're rich. And they can expand. They can add more to the house, right? And then they expand, and they can add more and more and more and more. So that this is the result. It's not decorated because, again, I tend to forget to decorate. But especially in this case, where I want to plan the area first and then work on the details later. So that's why I still have, like, my stuff here that finished the Wither Skelly swords. Oh, yeah, okay. Right. I'm gonna have to be, I'm gonna have to go hunt some Wither Skeletons. when there's fewer people on. Of course, that's gonna make it easier. So the road here goes back to the pond. Through a little tunnel, I thought that would be neat. And over a little bridge. And this is just little features that I want for, you know, for the stuff. I thought here there was a little nice view, but the spot was too small for a house, so I made this little place to take in the view, and it's gonna be lovely. Down there, as you see, there's only one dock, but we'll go back and you'll see. There's going to be stuff there. There will be stuff. Maybe a black market of the harbor town. So as we look at this at night, to give this little impression of shanty towns, I've got smaller houses here, but yeah. Oh, you know what? This can come with me. There you go. And now the floor at all is not even made at all, but this is. I'm hoping to add a few little houses like these. To create a shanty town for the pirates and the crew as they between their trips, between their voyages. I'm gonna put that there, even though I just fear there's not enough light. And this one is similarly sized, maybe a little bit cozier than the first one, but there you go. We've got several of these, and I'm gonna have more, and. We're gonna have enough for the whole crew, for the whole pirate crew. Arr. Now, as we go down here, this is what I was talking about. I want another type of town right down here, which is where you could say the more legitimate people live who are not pirates, and they'd have a harbor town right over here. And I'm thinking it would be nice if it looked a little bit like early settlements, you know, in Florida. Not Florida, because this is not really Florida, you know, biome, but maybe off the coast of Mexico, and the first Spanish settlements, and that'd be nice. You know, this is the kind of that's the kind of town this would be, the legit town. But we can go back to the fort over there rather easily. It's not quite done yet, but I've got Extreme Dummy working on this case right here. This tunnel. This tunnel heading straight, well, or not exactly straight, but a little curvy back to the fort. So this is the entire area of the Pirate Cove, and you can tell things are going to be happening around here, baby. And I don't mean just wither skeleton hunting. Where the things are going to be happening, including probably wither fights, which I've already done with Sten, but we're going to need some beacons around here probably. So I guess it's a good idea to try and hunt for some wither skeleton skulls as soon as I can. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. But I'm going to have to be building a lot more houses. I want to build the tavern as soon as I can, and the other forts as well, so that you know, the view of the neighbors around here is not ruined for too long. So these are the priority builds before I make more tiny houses and so on. But there's also the harbor town, and my neighbor over there doing a nice little house that is way too law-abiding to be part of Pirates Cove. But the size of the area and of the project means that I might need some help building some of this. So I've got this palette of blocks that is, you know, the main build materials for the shantytown. I'm going to have to find one that is somewhat similar, but not the same, for the harbor town. But I think I probably won't be able to build everything myself. And even with Cazz helping out, we need pirate ships in the bay. We need all sorts of things that need to be built around here. So perhaps if you are on the VintageBeef Patreon server as well, if you're one of the few, and you would be very inspired to build something in the Pirate Cove, feel free to please contact me, because perhaps you're just the ticket. Perhaps you're exactly what the Pirate Cove needs to be complete, to feel complete. So there's that. You're invited to contact me either in the comments or on the Discord. That can be my own free Discord in the description below, or the VintageBeef Patreon Discord. Those are two places where you can reach me. Or, of course, in my comments down below. That's all. Those comments are always welcome. If you have any ideas, by the way, about a Pirate Cove and that I didn't mention, that should be built, do suggest. Do suggest. All ideas are welcome. Even if I don't take that idea directly, that's the fun part about throwing ideas around, because ideas beget other ideas. So even if you know, even if it's not an idea that I'd want to adopt directly as is, it might inspire other great ideas. And so that's why I always suggest, if you have ideas, share them, because it makes the world better. Flat out. Now, speaking of ideas, or bad ones, I just want to show you right quick something on a different server, which is the Flues Crew SMP. And, all right, I'm not going to leave the bed area here, because that would be spoilage. But to rapidly explain, I have some lovely Patreons who are called the Flues Crew, and they are awesome. And thanks to them, We can have a UHC server where UHC games are hosted, several games a week of 1.12 PvP UHC games. And those are quite a lot of fun, but we also have the SMP for the Flu's Crew patrons. And one of them decided to prank me. So normally I don't make videos of the Flu's Crew SMP, but if someone takes the time to prank me like this, I suppose the least I can do is at least showcase this disaster zone in a video, right? That's a lot of flowers. That's a lot of flowers. I'm not sure if there's something that grows these flowers. Like, is there something that can automatically generate all these flowers, or must one explore the world and find every single one that exists? Because that's a lot of flowers. As you can tell on this server, I also like sprawling into many houses. But there you have it. Flu's Crew member Brodator has made flowers, and also a lot of obsidian. My goodness, that's a crazy amount of obsidian. What does anyone do with that much obsidian? I'm gonna have to get out of F5 because I can't even see over the sea of flowers. Which flowers are these? That's the rose bush. Also, that should be filled with thorns, and I should be like getting the thorns effect, like walking on cactuses everywhere. Yeah, that's just an insane amount of flowers. I think we can all agree. I'm glad nobody does this to me on the VintageCraft server. People are smart enough not to prank like this. That's a blessing. Whew, because that's crazy. That is crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna... Yeah. That's something. That's something else. The site is crazy, is just that's what it is. It's actually kind of beautiful as well. I kind of don't want to remove it, but I gotta. But I think I'm gonna replant everything somewhere, because this is an awesome little field. It's just not exactly at the right spot. But anyways, I'm sorry this episode of the VintageCraft was more of a tour than anything else. Doing a lot of editing this week, and a lot of hosting of the games that you two can play on the UHC server. The Discord is down below. It's free to join. Go ahead and join us if you want to, you know, do a little bit of UHC from time to time. They're free games, and you can join, because thanks to the patrons, it's all possible. Thanks to them. Otherwise, I want to thank you for watching. If you like, leave a like. If you want more, subscribe if you're not already. And, well, I look mostly forward to reading your comments, because I love those, and I try to respond to just almost everyone. So, I'll see you next time. Sponsored by the Flu's Crew on Patreon.